There's a strange thing about how life changes. It rarely announces itself. There's no clear moment where everything breaks, no dramatic collapse, no obvious turning point. Most of the time, life just settles. People wake up one day and realize they're living inside a routine that feels familiar, but not intentional. Nothing feels wrong enough to panic. Nothing feels right enough to feel fulfilled. And because nothing is loud, nothing feels urgent. Days don't feel wasted, they feel normal. That's what makes it hard to notice what's happening. Time doesn't disappear, it quietly blends in. Most days look reasonable from the outside. People wake up, they do what needs to be done. They handle responsibilities, they stay busy. There's always a reason not to change anything today. Too tired, too late, too early, too uncertain. Plans exist, just not urgency. There's a habit of saying, "I'll deal with it later," without ever deciding when later actually is. Weeks pass like this, then months. People don't feel stuck, they feel occupied. And that's more dangerous. Because being busy can feel like progress even when nothing is moving. The mind stays distracted enough not to ask uncomfortable questions. The routine becomes protective. Change starts to feel disruptive, even when the current life isn't satisfying. So people protect the routine, not because it's good, but because it's familiar. There's a name for this pattern. It's not laziness. It's not lack of ambition. It's comfortable avoidance. Not avoiding responsibility completely, just delaying it quietly. Avoiding decisions that would force clarity. Avoiding moments that would require honesty. Life becomes something that's managed instead of chosen. And because nothing collapses, the pattern stays invisible. The consequences don't show up immediately. They show up years later, not as failure, but as quiet regret. People start noticing that their life looks finished, even though they never consciously designed it. Opportunities didn't disappear, they just stopped appearing. Energy feels lower, curiosity fades, risk feels heavier than it used to. Not because time ran out, but because comfort slowly narrowed the options. People don't say, "I wasted my life." They say things like, "This is just how it turned out. I didn't really choose this. I guess this is fine." And that sentence, "I guess this is fine," is often where years go missing. Nothing in this happens suddenly. That's the unsettling part. Life doesn't collapse, it settles. And one day, awareness arrives quietly. Not as panic, not as motivation, just a calm realization. Time never stopped moving. It simply moved without resistance. And whether anything changes after that realization depends on something most people avoid looking at. Not effort, not discipline, but honesty. And honesty is uncomfortable because it doesn't demand action immediately. It just waits.